mother. She really is. But you always see that I have all this awesome artwork. A lot of times that you see behind me, these awesome posts that I have on my page. One of the posts that I've just, oh my God, I have fallen in love with. God spoke to me and said that this is the year of triple double. This is all from my sister, Lady Tonya Harden. So I'm gonna let her come on. She gonna tell us a little bit more about what she does. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring you on now, Lady Tonya. Um, and let's see here. There we go. How are you doing on
I'm
tonight?
great. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. How is the family doing?
We're good. Everybody's great.
Wonderful,
We're doing good. How about you
wonderful,
guys?
wonderful. Well, you look beautiful.
Thank
You look
you.
absolutely beautiful. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Yes, and thank you for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you
So
for having me.
you are so welcome. I would not dare do this without having you on here. I'm gonna step back and I'm gonna let you go ahead and tell everybody about what it is that you offer. Now you might see me disappear for 1 second, but you're gonna see my face come right back. So go right ahead, Lady Tanya. Tell us who you are, what you do, all that good stuff. Go right ahead.
Well, hello, everybody. First, I want to thank Pastor Troy for allowing me to come and be a
Oh,
part. It's so much. I don't even know where to start. It's so
I
much.
know, right?
But and since you were talking about the marketing part, with the marketing part that we do things with our that's actually our girls business, and so
Okay.
they do the marketing and they work with the lady you work with, which is Tamika. We do marketing where we take care of your flyers, we take care of banners, anything to that nature that you are in need of for your business, for your store. We do cards, deco cards, we do
Yes.
all kinds of things. This is our business cards. We do all of that. When it comes down to it, we do again banners, flyers, and that part of it when it comes down to making sure that when you're marketing your product or your church event or whatever is going on, that we're able to market you properly. So we have an
Yes.
amazing team that works with us to make sure that that happens. We also have people that we can contact with websites as well as logos.
Yes.
That's so important, when you're starting your business, is making sure that your logo stands out. As you can see behind me, that's my logo
Yes. It's
and what I do.
beautiful.
And we want people to know your brand and who are you, and when they see this logo, they know exactly who you are and what you're branding. And so our job is just to make sure that you're branded properly. And that the people know that you're there. And so again, that's something that my girls, we keep everything in the business. And then there's other things that we do. So I didn't know which part you wanted me to
You
really
can tell about as much as you want. Yeah, well, you go right ahead. The floor is all yours. Go right ahead.
awesome. I also do with Tanya Harden Ministries, I do book publishing as well as masterclass and mentorship and all that great stuff, which is something totally different. But I also do book publishing. In my book publishing company, what we do is I don't just throw books out there, but my goal is to make sure that we edit your book. We have a full team that works with us where we're editing. You have a book cover when you're done. You have also your formatting of your book, as well as your book in your hand, book cover, and we give you flyers to go for that book for when your book comes out. When your book is pre-sale, pre-order sale, we give you that as well, and it's all a part of
Lady
my package.
Tanya, let
Yes,
me
ma'am.
ask you this. Now,
Okay.
I have a copy of some work that Lady Tanya has done. However, my book is downstairs. Do you have something? Because one of the things that I'm excited about that I love, that I definitely want to tell you is that she does everything in excellence. I
Yeah.
love one of the things that I love is that for me, what this is the reason why I do like I do with all this back here.
Mhm.
I feel like what we do, because of who we are, we say we represent God.
Right.
So that means that when we do what we do, we should give people a quality product. We
Yeah.
should represent God in everything that we do. You know, there are times, Lady Tanya, that I won't even go inside of a store if I
Right.
know that I don't look the part.
Right. So
Because first of all, you never know who's going to be in there.
right.
I don't look excellent. I
Right.
don't look like I represent the Most High. So therefore, I'll just do a drive by, go drive through something like that. But I feel like everything we do, because of who we are,
Hmm.
we have to give a quality
Right.
product. And one of the things I want to encourage everybody, whether you're looking at this now, whether you're going to look at the replay, I want to encourage you to, I'm not just saying go to her because I know her. No, I'm telling you to go to her because they do an awesome job. I mean, a fantastic job. We had her on our ladies' night show, and I had a book that she put. Excellent job. I'm talking about not something that looked like it came out of a nursery and you
Right.
open it up and the letters are this big to
No.
make the book that thick. No, it's not like that.
No.
Excellent job. So formatting everything is excellent. Go right ahead, Lady Tonya.
Yes, it is. I have somebody give me a book real quick.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
okay.
we definitely make sure that it's up to your quality, as well as ebooks and all of that great stuff that is also a part of your book. So excellence has to be the key, because we want to make sure that when your book is published, not only are we doing the editing of the book, but we're also making sure that when you're writing this book, that it's where it needs to be. It's right here, up there. It's where it needs to be. And meaning that I sit down with you and I coach you one on one. If you've never written a book before, this, give me another one, Church Hurt. This is one of the books that I did called There's Power in Your Pain. My very first book, actually. There's Power in Your Pain. My daughter. And this is another one. I don't know if you can see it.
That's the one I have right there.
Yeah, this is a church hurt, but it helped. And we
Yes.
also do the back of the book. We do the full cover of your book, as well as making sure it's edited right and all that great stuff. So I sit down with you and I coach you one on one. So that's one part of my business. I believe in let's get back to Eden and live on top of the world. I believe in,
Mm, wow.
meaning that there's multiple ways. So even though my children have a business, I have a business. Well, my husband also has his business, which is Harden Enterprise. So with Harden Enterprise, we have business consultant, all these different things that we do. We do public speaking. He does a business, not business, general contracting, where we come together with funding and different businesses and be able to give back to our community by serving our community. When I talk about business, it's hard to talk about it with not explaining that there's two different sides of business. You got the profit side and you have the nonprofit side. So there's two different types of businesses that we do. And with the nonprofit side, being able to give back to your community, being able to give back to your city, being able to give back to the surrounding areas. So it's that part of it, as well as that's the nonprofit, as well as the profit side, being able to profit from it. So it's kind of hard to explain, but I'm kind of weak. Everything is not all over the place. We know where it's at, and everything lines up together with our family, making sure our family are able to give job opportunities to our community, to people that are in our community. So we're able to give job opportunities while giving back. I can't explain it, but serving. We get to serve, right? We get to serve. And so that's
Amazing.
what we do when it comes down to our different businesses. Again, my side of it is I just do ministry. When it comes, I do ministry, but I do book publishing with my ministry. Again, I do things for nonprofit where we don't gain any profit. We're just giving back. But then the other side of it is profit, where my family got to eat. So it's for profit. And I do it full time. So this is what I do full time for our family. And I'm the CFO for Harden Enterprise. So making sure that all the funding and everything that is happening that are coming through, that it's coming through the right way. And my daughter does accounting. So we keep everything in the family. And also we have a team that works with us. So we all work
You know,
together.
it's like every time I talk to you, it's like when you sit a plate of food in front of you, and it's like I just get full, and I'm like, hold on, I can't eat it all. Wait a minute. I
Right.
can't eat all this. Hold on. It's like you are a wealth of
Oh,
knowledge. And it's like, oh my
yes.
God, I could just, oh my
That's
Lord, you
why
have
when you
so
asked
much
me, I
to
was like, I
offer.
don't know what you want me to talk about because all
All
of
of it.
it makes sense. All of it
Because
we do all together. So,
I love it. I
right.
love, so if I need a book,
Mm-hmm.
if I need to know how to write the
To
book,
remodel your house, we got you.
if I
If you,
need to remodel my house,
we got you.
if I need a card,
We
if
got
I
you.
need a post for
We
Facebook,
got you.
and if I need to be saved,
Come on, Glory. Hey, we can touch and agree.
if I need to be saved, and
Yes.
look, if I need a church home, tell
Yes.
the people about your church. Tell them
Yes.
about
And
the
and here's the deal, prophetess. I don't know how to explain it, but we couldn't do none of this without our church. It started in our church. It started in ministry first. It started with us stepping out on faith and saying yes to the call when I really wanted to say no, right? And that's in everything that we do. When I really want to start my business, Lord, I don't know, do I stop working for for people and do my own thing? I realized everything we've done, it really started there. It started probably years ago, but it started with us opening up our church in 2010. It was a step of faith. We started our church from the ground up, and back then that wasn't happening like in our areas. It probably was, but we didn't know nothing about it. But we were starting, and we were young. We were in our 30s. So we were young when we started, and starting up a church was our first thing. Everything we do, I will forever. And if New Destiny is watching us, man, I love y'all. There's no way we could do what we do without the freedom of our church, as well as what we learned in our church. And this is the thing that I tell people, that people get so caught up in the four walls of the church. Ain't nothing wrong with church. Don't get me wrong. I love God with all my heart. But everything I learned in church that is in my business and our businesses is from how I learned how to serve properly in the church. When you learn how to serve properly in the church, and not that you get everything right, but when you learn how to serve God and God's people, God will open up the floodgates for you. Because if you can sit here and take people coming against you, if you can sit here and endure, if you can sit here and trust me through the process, if you can sit here and believe that no matter what, all this hurt that you're experiencing, I know I can trust you to be able to do business, give job opportunities, and all. And again, all of it is a process, but it started with us opening up our church, starting our church from the ground up when our bishop released us to go out and start our church in 2010. I love them so much. I could not do nothing I've done without them. It started there, me starting the women's ministry, right? That was my first quote unquote business, but it was nonprofit. It was my very first business. It comes with making sure that the funds are right. You don't want to mishandle people funds. So you got conferences, women's retreat, going out of town with women, all these different things, and making sure that these funds are allocated properly in the right
let me say this right there.
way. Mm-hmm.
I remember Lady Tonya. I've been in church my whole life,
Mm-hmm.
and I've worked in almost, no, there's no almost. I've worked in every capacity of church that there is to work in.
Mm-hmm.
And Lady Tanya, I remember distinctly, I remember us having ladies' conferences or men's conferences. And I also remember when there would be all of this money raised
Mm-hmm.
for the conference. And I remember distinctly that I can recall the leaders saying, okay, well, I need to pay my car note,
Huh?
or I need to buy food for my family. And from that money that will be raised for that particular event, that money would be taken to do. And so all the money was commingled instead of, this for that and that. It was all commingled. And so one of the things that with me, because I've seen so much in ministry and I've experienced, I mean, when I tell you I saw it all,
Mm-hmm.
And because I experienced that, one of the things that I've been so for real about is the finances of other people.
Yeah.
Because we don't know the sacrifices that people make to
Yes.
give to make sure that that particular event will go over.
Right. So
And so it's not fair to the people that they are paying into
mhm.
something so that the event can be a success, so that the leaders can commingle that money and
Right.
do whatever they need to do.
Yeah. See, that's
And
what I do. I do a mentorship. I'm getting ready for one with Pastor Wives in the month of March. And I kind of teach that and train that in my class because I hear that, but I didn't know stuff like that really went on.
oh God, yes, I've seen it.
I didn't know that because what we, and I'm not saying that I did it right. Everybody got their own thing that they do. But even for my conferences, I would just give back. I would give computers and we would give, and not I'm talking about my team because you can't do anything by yourself.
Hmm.
My ladies would come in and we'll give towards that conference and we'll give back or use that funds to pay our speakers or whatever the case may have been. But it started with that part was learning how to I would get excited and my administrator would tell you like, we get excited because we were able to give a laptop, not a lap, I think it was a laptop notebook, something one year to our conference that was free. God never laid it on my heart to charge. Everybody got their own thing, but I just couldn't for that conference retreats. I had to charge because I had to make sure that these rooms were taken care of.
Hmm.
So we had to sit down and have meetings. But here's the thing, accountability. When you have meetings with and leadership, you should have that meeting with the CFOs and other people that are in the room so that they can all hold you accountable for taking, you know what I'm saying? That way
That's good.
money is not mixed. And it's these ladies are in the room with me and I'm like, okay, y'all, this is divvied out like this, like this. Okay, what do y'all think? It's just not my decision, but it's our decision. Of course, I have the final say, but we're coming in together and collaborating together and saying these are where these funds are going to be
Hmm.
distributed to. Now, my administrator will probably get something because she didn't put in so much work and she's doing this out of the kindness of her heart. But
Hmm.
here's the thing, it's like when you do it right, I don't know why God just opens up. And that's the only way I can explain it. How we're doing business now is because I just don't own, I don't want the Lord to get me for taking nobody's money and mishandling nobody's money. And I believe when you learn in that part, that's why I say it started with church. When I learned in those business meetings that I was having, I really thought was really business meetings. I feel like I'm in a business meeting. We gotta make sure if Sister Dendra's watching, we gotta make sure, Sister Dendra, that these funds are in the right place or being accounted for, right? So now because of that, I can do that in my own business, my own, what we're already doing and making sure that funds are going in the right place because we're dealing with government here. We're dealing with other people's money. So we got to make sure that these funds are in the right place. So it started in church.
I love it.
In
I
church.
love it. I love it.
Couldn't do
And
it without New Destiny. New Destiny Church in Cold Spring, Texas.
I
Couldn't do
love.
it.
Go right ahead. Tell us about
Bishop
it. Tell us
Friday
all
Hart
about it.
is the pastor of that church. Bishop
Yes.
Friday Hart Jr. My husband of 21 years, loving to death. But he's the pastor of that church, and I
Wonderful.
pastor along with him. He's the
Wonderful.
bishop, and I pastor, and he has pastors under him. So that's
Wonderful.
our church. But it started there 10 years ago, 11, 12, one of them.
So what I want to do, hold up the book, the church, her book. I want to encourage everybody uh, to get that book.
Thanks, honey.
Within that book, Church Hurt, but it helped. I have that book, and in that book, she tells the story of how it began,
Yeah,
of how she experienced church hurt,
yes.
some things that occurred as they were beginning. So those of us that are beginning ministries or that's beginning, I want you to invest. Where can they find that book at, Lady Tonya?
They can find it on my website at tanyaharton.com. And
Okay,
you can just go to my store, tanyaharton.com, and you can go to my store and find it on there
wonderful.
on my
You
website.
know, you're just a plate of spaghetti. I'm telling you, that's what I'm gonna start calling you, spaghetti.
Yeah, when you told, that's why I text you. I was like, I don't know, because it's
Yeah.
so much in all of it, and I just believe we're in a season where where God, what there's no lid to what God has for us.
Right.
And it's just up to us to go and just have faith and believe it and be willing to go through the pain of failure and fail forward.
I was listening to Juanita Bynum today, and I know we have other businesses that's about to come on, but I was listening to Juanita Bynum today, and she was sharing her mentor, a lady that mentored her. And Juanita Bynum was sharing how this was an older video. She was already out preaching, going over everywhere preaching. She went to this woman's church, and when it was over, the woman pulled her in the office. And the woman said to her, "You have a powerful gift, but I want you to know that there are some things in you that God still has to work on." She
Right.
said, "And if you would be willing to stop traveling, to let people know right now you're not going to travel, you're not going to preach, sit here for a moment and listen to these words. Take the death walk." That's why
Woo.
I mentioned that. She said, if you would take this death walk so that all of those things that's within you that
Come,
can possibly cause your ministry to explode or implode,
come
explode
on.
from the inside out.
Yes.
She
Yes.
said, and if you'll be willing to sit here
Mm-hmm.
and allow me to dig these things up out of your spirit,
Come on.
you can be a success.
Yep.
Well, one of the testimonies that she shared, and I'm saying this because of everything that you just said, one of the testimonies that she shared was that she was engaged. The woman of God said to her that that wasn't the right person. She said, "No, it is the right person." Juanita Bynum told the woman it was the right person. The woman told her, "No, that's not it, baby. You need to wait on God." The man wound up breaking her heart, broke up with her, broke her heart. When the man broke up with her and broke her heart, she went out to a bar and got drunk. She said, and she drove drunk to her mentor's house. She said she drove her car all the way up through their garden, through the flowers, all the way up to the porch, and she just passed out on the horn, blowing the horn.
Wow.
The people came, got out the car, parked the car back in the yard where it needed to be, and they put her in the bed. She said the next day, her husband, which was a pastor, came in, hit the door, told her to get up because you're going to church. She said she got up, she got to church, she was a hangover. She said, and they prayed. She was all over the floor. She said, and the last thing the woman said to her, "See, this is what I was talking about." She said, "You didn't see this." She said, "But when you came to my church, I could see that
Yeah.
there was some stuff in you
Yeah.
that God wasn't through with yet." She said, and when that happened, she learned that she was taking a death walk. She was able to release herself into that woman's hands,
Wow.
say yes to God, and her ministry went on to become. And Juanita Bynum has had her failures, with her marriage, yada yada yada. But I tell you what,
Yeah.
there's never ever, nobody can ever say there's never no other Juanita Bynum.
Right. That is so true.
People can say whatever they want to say about the woman of God,
Right.
but God has used that woman mightily. And
Yes,
so when I'm listening to everything that you're saying, and you're saying how, it all started with the church, it was as if you were willing to take that death walk. You
yes.
were willing to take that death walk.
Come on.
And that's why I want to encourage you guys to get that book,
Yeah.
read that book. She shares a lot of her testimony in that book, and
Mm.
allow that to bless you so
Yes.
that you can go forward in your business, in your ministry, even in your marriage,
Yes.
and do what it is that God has called you to do. Lady Tonya, you have been just a plate of spaghetti, some garlic bread, and
I love you.
some red Kool-Aid.
Oh my god. I love you.
Excuse me. I love you. And I thank God for everything that you do. I'm going to be giving you a call. There's definitely so much that you and your husband can really, really bless me with right now, with going into ministry. And I remember the last time when we were at Papados,
Mm-hmm.
and the man of God, he said to me, he said, "Woman of God, if there's ever anything that we can do to help you along the way," he said, "you just let us know," and we right there. And I'm sitting here listening to this plate of spaghetti, and I'm like,
And
Lord,
he's the man to talk to. Now he can make it make sense. I get, yeah. And if he said it, he meant it.
man, you guys are such a blessing. I'm telling you, you guys are such a blessing. Well, Lady Tanya, I mean, I could sit here with you all night.
I thank you for having me.
You're
And
so
can't wait to
welcome.
hear the other ladies.
I
Thank
know.
you so much for having me.
Actually, I have other men.
Oh man.
Actually,
And look, and my husband was like, dude, is it I say, I think you should come on to this and not
you
me.
should. Hey, hey, tell him if he wants to come on. We have the rest of the month. I can squeeze him on in there.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me know.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. Thank you for having
You're
me.
so welcome. I love you, and
I love you. Bye.
thank you for everything. Thank you for your information. And again, tell us how, if somebody wants to get in contact with you guys, if they need cards, if they need posts, whatever, go ahead and tell them what to do.
Go and you could go to we have a Facebook page for Hardin Enterprise Services LLC. And I think I can type over here, but I will. Hardin Enterprise LLC. You
Okay.
can go to our web on Facebook. We have a business page on there for any printing and all that stuff. And you can also go to our website for Hardin Enterprise, which is I could also put it in there as well as heservices-llc.com for general contracting or anything like that to that nature. But and for Tonya Hardin Ministries, Tonya Hardin for book publishing, and you can go on my page for that. But I'll make sure I put it all in the link.
All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, I was looking on here to see if anybody had any questions. I don't see any questions. So we're going to move it on. But hey, go on the thread, put your information, and let us know what we need to do. Okay?
So, thank
I
you again
love you.
for having me. Love
And
you.
thank you. And I'll be in contact with you real soon because there's so much that I need you guys to pour into me. All
Yeah,
right. I love y'all.
love you too.
Okay. Bye
All right.
bye.
Bye.
Thank you.